Welcome, beloved. Today I'm going to channel my beloved friend and spirit guide, Kuan Yin. She is actually the being, the goddess, who asked me to start this YouTube channel. She's part of my spiritual court and of my divine service. She's been helping me for years now. Her frequency is very much weaved into the frequency of my soul mission. And so today it is with great pleasure that I am channeling her message. I have no idea what she wants to share with you. I will discover it after. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable and to really enjoy this transmission. What a great joy. Thank you. Thank you so much for making this space for me to express myself and share my message to the many beings who will see this video across time and space. I am Kuan Yin. I'm very, very delighted to feel you all here. And my message for you today is to practice grace. What is grace? Grace has nothing to do with being magnanimous or being kind, but grace have everything to do with honoring what is within yourself and within others, honoring what has been and honoring what will be that we cannot yet know. We can wish for things. We can desire to multiply things that are already here. We may want to delete. We may want to make sure that some things don't participate in our reality anymore. We may want to change many settings of our lives, but what I will invite you to practice before all is grace. And what I mean by grace is applying a sort of veil of love, a veil of compassion, before your eyes, before everything you try to change and modify or transform. First, apply grace, almost as a liquid, like water that helps dissolve and digest everything and anything. Why is grace so important? Not because you want to appear in a certain way, but because when you work or play with grace, what happens is that you get to truly and wholly graduate from whatever situation you are a part of or you are weaving, co-creating with, whether positive or negative, like you like to call them. Why applying grace allows you to truly graduate? Because when you look at life, when you feel life through the perspective of grace, then you truly develop wisdom. You truly try and manage to see different perspectives all at once. This is what grace enables you to do, is to ask the question, is it true? Is the first perspective, the first impression true? Is my own interpretation of things true? Or are there other perspectives available for me to explore? Can I apply a little bit of spaciousness to my opinions? Can I open myself a little bit more to understand what would be an opposite perspective to mine? Is my current perspective linked to past versions of myself that are demanding some love, some alchemy, some integration within my whole being? Grace is the recipe for growth in a harmonious way. And again, it is not a matter of appearing a certain way or being the bigger person, but rather it is a matter of skyrocketing on your journey of ascension and also vibrating in a way that you attract also grace. You live under grace. This is something very exciting to talk about, living under grace. When you exert yourself, when you apply yourself to the perspective of grace, what happens is that you vibrate grace, and what you call to you is also grace. You live under grace suddenly and not under law. What does that mean? It means that suddenly, the more you embody grace, the more you magnetize grace, the more you are able to make mistakes and just learn quickly without having everything collapsing around and within you. You don't need to go through very heavy and very difficult initiations to understand a soul lesson, to complete a soul contract. You can do it with very gentle catalysts. You can understand big life lessons through very little friction. You don't need everything in your life to get destroyed, and you don't need to go through heavy and very, very dense situations and emotions for extended periods of times to finally understand what your soul desired to learn. You can now do that under grace. And that is the magic, as we all know now. Most of us know it now. We do not attract what we desire. We attract what we are and even what we choose. Because being anything is a choice. It can be an unconscious choice or it can be a conscious choice, but it remains a choice nonetheless. And so today is all about activating the veil of grace, the glasses of grace, and applying it, the feather of grace, and applying it, caressing every and any situations in your life. The persons you cultivate distortions towards. Yourself, if your relationship with yourself is not so as beautiful as you would like it to be, now, and situations in your life, of course. Now, you have a key, a heart key, a heart code that you can apply. So, what does it mean to apply grace to your life? Let's say that you have a neighbor that is doing some renovation in their houses, and they pick a moment, exactly the moment where you are at home and you wanted some quietness. Now you have many different choices, but these many different choices of reactions, they exist in only two big books, big boxes. The box of being in contraction around the situation, or the box of being in expansion around the situation. Applying grace would be to put yourself at the place of the neighbor instead of at your own place of, oh no, I wanted to rest and I wanted some quietness. And you can shift your perspective. There is probably a reason why my neighbor is speaking this time for the renovations, and maybe he has such a packed schedule that he doesn't have the choice really. And how can I be a good neighbor in allowing him to make his space more agreeable for living? Maybe I can just use some earplugs, or I can listen to some nice music, or I can go and take a walk, or I can simply decide to center myself and to be with what is, deciding that it's just a sound and it doesn't annoy me. Do you see where I'm going with that? Grace is a choice, as everything in our lives. I invite you, especially during these times, some of you are hovering on the 4D bridge. I really invite you to peak elevation, to peak ascension, and not descension, not going back down into the realms where things are very bad and we need to fight those things, and other things are very good and we need to fight for those things. Do you see the common denominator in this way of being? We need to fight anyway. This is not living. Life does not fight. Life does not fight. Grace is a powerful, beautiful key. And if you agree today, I would like you to receive an activation of this key code in your heart space. After receiving it, you will have the key of grace at the energetic level in your field, in your heart field. And then you will simply need to call upon grace in any situation, activate, visualize, and activate the key code and allow it to do the shifting in your mind space. Take deep breath, beloveds. And if you accept to receive this key code, you can simply say yes, mentally or out loud. Keep breathing, turn off your mind, and open your heart. Ti rao je di ka ore de dia ore ne ora ti shika ore ti yara yeta je kora ti ji. Mini ara ayuko ara je ti ara ko di ji ti ara a ko e ji nya ara ak eora ja. Mini ar ek eore te ji I oria ek e ji ya kara a je ek ene ek I ara ja. Nia ara equare ji tiara te kiara otiji I yakara etejeka ara ete. Nia ara ejeka ore de ji ik ira tejika arakte ik iara tashi ik ara teji ika. Nia ara eteje ek aure teji ik aure je et ia atera keteje kete erekete she. Nin iara awaria je kenya arekte ya kwa je di I kara ijo ti koreje. Niña ate okura eje, niña ahora te kia coraje titiara konya titiara teshi ikiara ne ti ora teshi akora ete. Take deep breath. Iti ija ak ora ieshi. Feel the in the quara ija waria incommensurable power of grace in your heart. Diji di guru doji diarataya kora eje diari di iji iarada. Feel it expand your heart field. Tiji aquare ja na quara. Engulf, feel your whole body. Tidiara teji tiarata. The whole room diaji tiakare jia tiarata. The whole city you are in yashiata okore diji. The whole world dijiata oro diaji aquara. Joining the other expanded heart fields tia quare jitia quare quai jitia quara into creating this beautiful space of union diaji kwaika ora jisha ora ika ea. Remembrance that everything is love tiji kio kora eji ikiara a. Everything is in love ichi kwai eji kiara ta. Everything emerges from love tishika ora teki iakara eje. Take deep breath, beloveds. I will leave you with this question to ponder. How can I apply? Where can I apply more grace in my life? In which situations, relationships, interactions is grace necessary today to expand myself, my heart, and free my mind? Thank you so much, beloved, for receiving this transmission. We will talk again soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, for receiving the message from Kuan Yin. If you have any comments, any questions for Kuan Yin, please feel free to ask them in the comments, and we will make sure to create a video to answer these questions. Also share What did you receive from the activation? Did it feel like something in particular? Did you get some images? I'm really curious. It's been years already I'm working with these light codes and channeling guidance, but it's the first time I really share them so openly, so publicly. So feel free to just share your experience with me and to connect. And I will see you soon, beloveds.